every time I connect, so I'm using Riverside to go live on YouTube, and every time I do this I have to then disconnect it, because a while ago when I went live, excuse me, a while ago when I went live, the next time I tried to record a video and I went live, so I had to disconnect it, and now every time I go live I then have to disconnect me thingamabob. So how are you all? I've just checked and it looks like I am live, so that's good, it's working. I wasn't going to come live because I don't feel very good. Mental health is a bit shit, but when that happens I tend to want to curl up in a ball and not talk to anybody, and it's probably the worst thing I can do. So I was thinking, what would I tell my clients? So I thought, well, I'm gonna have to come live, aren't I? So at the minute I'm just talking to myself because I've got no one in the chat as far as I'm aware. Oh, hang on. No. Yeah, I haven't got anyone in the chat, and I don't think there's anybody watching. The thing is, like, when I go through Riverside, I can't set it up and say anything about the video. It just comes up, welcome to my live stream, or whatever it is that YouTube says. So I've had a massive influx of new subscribers on YouTube. I'm now up to 1,566, so that's really good. Because the other week I was like worrying about trying to get to 1,500, and now I'm up to 1,566. So I was quite chuffed when I got 1,555. Oh, hello Paul. I think it's just us at the minute. I was just saying how I felt. I didn't feel like coming live, but I was asking myself, what would I say to my clients if they were not feeling very good? And it is reach out to people so you feel better. So that's why I'm coming live, even though I don't feel like it. But I am going to get my nails done today, and this one, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, can you see there? It's chipped. It chipped yesterday. So I'm hoping that's going to make us feel better, get my nails done. But yes, I've had a massive influx of new subscribers. Probably about 20 in the last couple of days. You're a bit late because you were on the phone. Well, that's no good. I could have just rang you and had a conversation, because it's just me and you. So it's really good that I've got loads of new subscribers, but what I really need is people to watch my channel, because the views aren't doing that great. After I had a bit of a high when that video of Una Jane went viral, and then I kept getting like a couple of thousand views on my videos, and that was really good, but that's really dropped off. And even the ones that I thought would do well haven't really done very well. So I'm thinking I probably need to just focus on the ones that are doing well and forget about all the other ones. Maybe that's what I need to do. But I don't know. So I'm going to try that. Just do less. So I'm winding down my Podmatch account, because I think I really like doing the interviews with women, but they weren't getting very many views. The ones that get the most views are trans widows, which really, really want to have more trans widows on, and I am getting another trans widow on. I've got one booked for, I think it's oh god, let's have a look when in my diary. Next Wednesday, so That's good. So I do have a video to go out next Wednesday, which I'm really happy about. Oh God, you should see this email that I've got. Honestly, I'm sick of these people. They send me these videos and say they can help me get more views. I'm like, well, no, I don't want them. I don't want any help because I ain't making enough money to pay anyone, and I don't know if they're any good. I get inundated with them. I get emails, I get social media messages. They're usually from India, and like, it's just so annoying. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, I've got a trans video coming on. Hopefully, fingers crossed it all goes ahead. I think it will. She's been on some big channels, so she seems to be happy to share her story. So hopefully that'll get a lot of views. And there's a fire engine just gone past. So yeah, Paul, live just for you. Somebody did join us, but they've gone again. So who's been watching? Oh yes, so before I go on to that one, let us talk about Diane, who's my guest. I've done the recording. It's all ready to go. It's so you can set yourself up to get a notification because it's sitting there already. It's going out live at 8 o'clock next Wednesday, and it is Diane. Now let me see if I can get her surname right. Rasmussen. I think it's Rasmussen. I might have said that wrong, so apologies if I did. But anyway, she was an academic. She was a librarian, and she was cancelled from a university in Scotland for just saying things that she thought were common sense that she didn't even know she wasn't supposed to say. And she now works for UK Column News. So it's a really good interview. I'm really pleased with how it's come out. I just hope it gets the views that it deserves. It's a difficult one, and yeah, on social media you feel you're shouting into a void. Well, I am. I'm talking to you on your own. But discovered when writing my blog, I had more influence than I did not appreciate. Yeah, I guess. Like, loads of people know who I am, but I don't think they're watching me content. They just, like, maybe they know that I'm making content because they see it pop up, but they're not watching it. So, like, that tells me that it's not really, I don't know, I'm not producing stuff that they want to watch. Maybe. I don't know. Like, everyone's busy competing against all the other creators on YouTube, and I don't know. Anyway, I don't really want to be a massive big creator. I don't want like a million subscribers, although that would be in some ways it would be nice to have like 1 million subscribers or whatever. I don't think that's my goal. My goal really is to use my channel to get more clients, and that is happening slowly. So I had like 2 days, like yesterday and today, where I was going to get loads of shit done, but I haven't been able to because stuff's happened and I don't feel great. So there is a reason why I don't feel great, but I can't really talk about it. So hello, if you've just joined us, there are now 2 people watching us, watching me. Please do say hello in the chat. I would like to have some conversations. It's Ian. Hello. Yes, so Ian's joined us, and this is the picture on Ian's avatar thing. Is that what you call it? That's our wedding photo. And he's just never changed it. You can see his flower on his collar. That's him at the mansion house in Jesmond. So Ian, what have you been doing today? And how's your mouth? Ian went to the dentist for the first time in 20 years yesterday, so he's been a little bit grumpy because he was in pain. Not really grumpy with me though, but yeah, that's probably where I need to go as well, because I don't think I've been to the dentist for 10 years. And that was only because my tooth came off. I hate the dentist. Oh. So yes, what I've been doing. So on a Friday morning, Ian runs an art session in Blythe, and turns out he's a really good artist, and who knew? It took me 20 years to find out that he was good at drawing. Mouth's a bit sore, but not bad. Thanks. Yeah, I hope you don't mind me telling everybody, or that all of like you and Paul, who's watching, that that you went to the dentist yesterday. When I first met Ian, just for context, he didn't want to tell anyone. And he was very private. He didn't like to tell anyone anything. So this one time at work, he got this sword delivered, which was perfectly legal. Got a sword delivered at work and told them all it was a collapsible coat stand because he didn't want to tell them what it was, and they believed him. Which was hilarious. You've got 1.6 thousand subscribers. Yeah, the subscribers are going up really well. I'm pleased with that. The problem is that I just don't think people are watching me content. But having said that, on Monday I did release a video, and I didn't think there'd be many people watching it live, and I was tired, so I didn't go in the live chat. And then I looked at the live chat. In fact, I was looking at me stats and me revenue, realised I had a super chat, so thank you, Dusty. That was a big surprise, and there was like 4 people in the chat, so I then felt bad that I didn't go in the chat, because yeah, so yeah, I may not miss those days of privacy. Yeah, everybody gets to find out everything now, don't they? Well, not really, because we've got nothing to say. I haven't got anything to tell anyone. I've made myself a cup of tea in my ghastly mug. It's a Turf Island mug. There's someone else watching as well who's not in the chat, so if it's one of our regulars, please make yourself known, because I wasn't going to come on today because I've been feeling quite meh. And I decided to come on because it would make me feel better to talk to people. So I don't really feel like I've got very much to say, because, yeah. So if you're watching, I'd appreciate you joining in the conversation. Has anybody, well, I know that Paul's watched it, but Ian probably hasn't. Helen Webberley. Yes, that ghastly woman who reported me to my professional body, and it's all closed now, so I can talk about it. I'm gonna name her. Don't care. She reported me to my professional body because I said humans can't change sex, and she equated that to me denying the existence of gender reassignment in the Equality Act. I didn't even say anything about gender. I specifically, on purpose, didn't say anything about gender. What a ghastly woman. Anyway, she's been debated by first Julie Bindel and then Helen Joyce. And she's come out with the usual bullshit on those interviews. And funnily enough, I've just seen that, because basically that's all I've been doing today is catching up with YouTube and seeing what's going on. I'm calling it research. Black belt barristers picked up on it and said that what she's said in that interview is clearly breaking the law. So what he said is that she has said that she doesn't prescribe, she doesn't actually prescribe. Apparently she's got doctors who are prescribing and they don't prescribe puberty blockers because they're banned in the UK, but excuse me, they are prescribing an alternative that which does the same thing. And she said that on this interview, and Black Belt Barrister is saying that that needs to be investigated, because that is clearly, if you do something to circumnavigate the thing that's against the law, then that's the same thing, and you've breached the law. She's broken the law, if this is true. So he's asking whoever's in a good position to do so to investigate. So I don't know who that would be, but yes, I'm interested in that. It's not me. I'm not in a position to do that. But would it be a professional body? Would it be, who would it be? Who would investigate that? I'm not sure. So yeah, I don't suppose there's that much to talk about with those interviews, because it's just the same old bullshit that they come out with. Like, she's just, I can't even tell you what their argument is, because it doesn't make sense. So, and they'll say that I don't understand. Well, yeah, too bloody right, I don't understand. Do you know why I don't understand? Because it's nonsensical. So I do understand the words, but it doesn't make sense. So therefore, I can't explain it back. Because it's nonsense. So, what else? Oh yes, I've also I've just been watching UK Column News, because Diane Rasmussen, I think I've got that, I don't know if I've said that right. So I just interviewed her, and she mentioned that she had interviewed Steve James, who is the Edge of the Matrix, who I met at the Darlington Nurses Tribunal, because I went for that. Kelly J. Keane was there, and Edge of the Matrix, and so I've got his phone number, and he said he would like to come on my channel, but it'll probably be November because he was busy. So this week I messaged him, and he said yes, he's still interested, but he's going away out of the country, so it's going to be December. So I'm looking forward to that. And it was really interesting to see him on UK Column, because it gave a bit of a different information from what you usually see that he says. So that was a good interview. So if you haven't seen that, I would strongly recommend that you look it up, because it's a really good interview. And I've also Dean, who I've talked about, who I met on the same day. I want to get him on, but he's like in the thick of it, and I think it might compromise him if he came on in the middle of it. So he will be coming on when it calms down for him. So Paul has said KJK has 100k plus followers on Twitter, but only gets a small number of comments. A lack of feedback doesn't always represent influence. Yeah, I totally get that, which is why I think I'm glad that I'm getting more subscribers, because I think the more subscribers I have, the more chance I've got of getting more views. But having said that, when me Una Jane Winfield video it's got like 28, that last time I looked it was 28,000. It's probably more than that now. Last time when that went and got that, I didn't have, I only had, I'd just broken the 1,000 followers, subscribers. So Helen Webberley said men with beards can be identified as women. Madness. Yeah, I know, it just doesn't make sense, any of it, does it? Like, someone's commented on my TikTok video this morning on what Janet Murray's video. So I did an interview with her. I've done 2 with her now. And someone said, yes, trans men can get pregnant, because she was talking about pregnant people. No, it's pregnant women. And I just replied and said, yes, Women can get pregnant. I'm just not entertaining them. Oh, and I had some manipulative twerp on me Facebook messages. I'm gonna go into that and see if I can get these messages up, because that's gonna be some good content, isn't it? So on my business page, I've got a review. Let me see if I can find the review and I'll tell you what it says. It says, transphobic POS who needs to leave trans women the hell alone. Well, I don't really talk about trans women at all. I don't talk about men in dresses, so that's fine. And then, where's my messages? No, it's not there. I wish they'd stop moving things around. You can't ever find stuff, can you? Ah, hiya, Annie. You haven't come in at the end for a change? Where are my messages? Because I'd love to show you what this guy said. He's a complete twerp. Nah, I don't know where to look. I'm just looking at my notifications to see if it's further down. If it's in my notifications. Don't think it is. Nah, he was really rude. Is it there? No. Is it there? No. Oh, dear me. I wonder if it's... No, it's not even in Messenger, because... switch profile. Yeah. I found it. Sorry about that. So, this person, name of Connie Garbett, and it turns out it's a man, I think. So he said, can I specifically ask what part of people being trans do you take issue with? I know the biology and that a lot of women feel unsafe, but if trans people aren't doing it and just living their life, shouldn't they be allowed to do so? So I just replied and said, when did I say I have a problem with people being trans? Because I just like to draw them out. And then he said, it's the review that woman left on your page makes it appear as such. I'm not accusing you, I'm asking what part you take issue with. So I was like, so I didn't say it. Someone else accused me of it, doesn't make it true. And then says, no, not wanting men in women's restrooms isn't transphobic, so massive respect on what you're doing. And I was thinking, oh, could this be a woman who's actually supportive, but like doesn't want to be seen as rude? You know, they're trying to be kind. And so I just said, absolutely, I don't even know what they mean by transphobic. I don't have an irrational fear of trans people. And he said, I only came across it in my algorithm and I like learning about different people's viewpoints. As somebody who is transitioning, I like to talk to people whose views and opinions may differ from mine, and that. And I was just like, oh, God. It's this again, manipulative man who just wants to try and convert me. Because wouldn't it be so wonderful if you can get a TERF to go along with being nice to you? So I just said, there's no such thing as transitioning. Humans can't change sex, and changing gender is just clothes and makeup. And then he said, don't you think people should be able to live how they wish, long as it's not illegal and isn't harming anybody? And I just went, no. I couldn't be asked to say anything else. And then he said, what's next? You're going to go after LGB next once you've done with the T. And I was like, why do you keep assuming things about me? Have you not got anything better to do with your time? And he said, because I have trans friends and I find it quite sad when people openly hate them for just living how they wish. And I was just like, well, I don't do that. You're wasting me time. Do you want some counselling? And he said, no, I don't need counselling. I'm not mentally disturbed, thank you. Well, people who have counselling aren't mentally disturbed. And then he said, I just don't agree with your views. And I just put, well, I beg to differ. I know I was like really rude, and I wouldn't normally say that sort of thing to someone who's inquiring for counselling, but honestly, like, what does he want? Like, he's coming in my page trying to convert me or something. So yeah, so then I just said, what do you want? Go away. Like, why are you pestering me? Like, so we disagree, so what? I don't really want to have a private conversation with someone who is of that persuasion. So we've now got 4 people. We've got 3 people who are chatting and 1 mystery person who I don't know who it is. But yeah, I'll just say this again because we've got Annie on. I wasn't going to come live because I feel like I feel really low. I have done the past couple of days, but I thought, what would I tell my clients? And so I've come on because I know that when I'm feeling low, I back away from people, and that's not the way to get out of it. So I feel a bit better because I've come on, and people want to hear me rabbiting on about nothing for some reason. I've got no idea why you all want to come on and talk to me or listen to me talking. So next week I can't come on live on a Friday because I'll be getting it's Mel. Hello. So next week I'm going to a business network where there's free fizz. Yes, fizz on tap for free. It's one of the solicitors in Newcastle, well, Jesmond, who I think they do it like 4 times a year or something. But this is the Christmas one, so it's the Christmas festive fizz in the city. So it's always called Fizz in the City. So I'm going to that with some of my friends, and quite a few of them really like a drink. So in fact 2 of them who are definitely coming like a drink, and so we'll be getting rather hammered. I think that's what usually happens. Paul's saying, being kind to men who want to enter women's safe spaces is like being kind to a crocodile hoping they won't eat you. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't know that that person wanted to come in women's spaces, but I just find it, I've come across these men before, quite a few times, and my experience is that they are manipulative and that they try and get you to go along with what they're saying because they want to try and convert you or get you to say that you like them or whatever. So that's a lovely cup of tea. Hiya, Cherry. Hopefully you won't get a phone call this week. It's good to have you on. I wasn't gonna come on because I didn't really have anything to say, but yeah, I felt a bit low, and that's another reason why I wasn't gonna come on. But I'm glad I did because it's usually the same people who come on me lives, and you all cheer me up, so that's good. So Cherry, have you watched the Helen Webberley interviews? Because we're just talking about them. So she was interviewed she was on 2 podcasts, and it was a debate. One was the Times, I think was it the Times, and the other one was this guy who I've never heard of. And so it was versus Julie Bindel, that was quite tame, actually. I think Julie Bindle was let her off quite a bit, I think, because every time she challenged her, Helen Webberley then went, "Oh, but I didn't say that here," and then Julie kind of backed down and said, "Well, if I was saying this instead." So yeah, I don't think. I think the time was wasted in that interview by them arguing about what had or hadn't been said by Helen Webberley, which is exactly what Helen Webberley wanted to do. But in the one with Helen Joyce, I think that one she was challenged a lot more, so I preferred that one. I thought it was much better because she didn't get away with it. And I was just saying before, Black Belt Barrister has picked up on it, and he has said that she's basically admitted to breaking the law. Yes, I do agree with that, Cherry. The Hodge cast, yes, thanks, Annie. So Julie showed remarkable patience, but Webberley showed herself up, especially at the end, completely. And Black Belt Barrister's after her now, so yeah, it was on the Hodge cast and then on the Times. You'll have to watch the other. Have you not seen the Times one yet, Annie? I think the one with Helen Joyce is a lot better. I think the presenter was more clued up with the facts and was able to challenge as well. Yeah, I enjoyed both, though. Yeah, it was worth watching both of them. I just think that Helen Webberley obfuscated quite a lot on the first one, which yeah, definitely watch the Black Belt Barrister. I haven't watched all of it. I've just seen the first bit, and he said that she's basically admitted breaking the law. So if you want to, yeah, Helen spat her out. Definitely, Helen Joyce did, yeah, and it's just desserts as well, because Helen Webberley reported me to the NCPS and had me suspended. She also got 3 other people to complain about me as well. So I was suspended from my professional body because of her. And the reason that she gave for complaining about me was because I said humans can't change sex. And she equated that to me saying that gender reassignment doesn't exist. Dear me. But I didn't say anything about gender. I said something about sex, because gender just doesn't make sense. I agree about Helen Joyce. You preferred that interview. Yeah, I think it was a better one. So, yeah, so this past 2 days I should have been doing loads of stuff, and I haven't done any of it. Oh, context. What do you mean? She really is delusional. I don't think she's in touch with reality, but she's dangerous, in my opinion. Could I get done for defamation here? Don't even care. I think it would be quite fun if she tried to sue me for defamation, actually. But yeah, I think you're allowed to say stuff about people if it's your opinion. But because Black Belt Barrister has said she's broken the law, I think that's quite powerful. It really is. The whole ideology is founded on twisting the meaning of words. It is. But also just like misrepresenting what you've said. It's complete gaslighting. It's the kind of behaviour that I'm really used to. And it makes you frustrated because it makes you feel like when you speak, you're not a good communicator because the other person isn't understanding you. And it's so frustrating. And, being heard is really powerful, and that's the power of counselling and why I do it, because it's the power of being heard and understood and having that reflected back. especially when you've got someone in your life who twists your words and feeds it back at you as if they don't understand what you're saying, and they do that on purpose. Yeah. How she relates to your story, Kelly. Yeah. Just a drug dealer, definitely. Every man that goes into our spaces is breaking the law, definitely. And that's when we know Webberley has no argument, when she tries to shut people up for saying the truth. Well, yeah, exactly. She'll try to stop me from talking. Yeah, I mean, NCPS said that they didn't suspend me for my free speech or my protected beliefs under the Equality Act, which is what gender critical views are. They suspended me because I was laughing at one because it was ridiculous. They were threatening to denounce me to be a professional body, but I knew that the complaints process only applies to clients, so like having an online discussion they shouldn't have took it seriously. So I was laughing at them because it was wrong, and they said that that's what they suspended me for, because I didn't take it seriously. Well, why would I take something seriously when it isn't serious? It wasn't about me work, so flippin' unbelievable. Yeah, flippin' evil woman. Yes, that GV News woman, bloke said she was borderline evil. Well, I'm sorry, but I think you can take away the borderline. I don't think it's borderline. I really do think she's evil. But that's my opinion. I think it's I think you're allowed to have an opinion on someone without being defamatory. How can you take this ideology seriously? I know. And like when they started stamping their feet, and actually they didn't suspend me straight away. They asked me to respond to the accusation and everything, and before I could respond, like before it even got anywhere near the deadline for responding, there was just more and more complaints. And then it was when I said that I got annoyed at someone else who works for BACP, who said that she said something, and I said, you better start thinking about why you support the sterilisation of children. And that's when they really spat their dummy out. That's when I was suspended, when I said that. They really didn't like that. So obviously someone somewhere's got a trans child, and I think that person, she's the one who got me in trouble with Kent Police. Well, although I wasn't in trouble because I hadn't done anything wrong, so ridiculous. So anyway, I have been applying to, last year I applied to BetterHelp, and I got all the way through the process, and then there was this glitch. I can't remember the details now, but I needed some sort of background check, and I think they must have looked me up online, and then they realised that they didn't want me because of my views, and so I was dropped. They said that there was some technical glitch with the process, and they said I could reapply in 6 months' time or something. So yeah, so I've reapplied for that, just to pick up a few extra clients if I can, but they'll probably say no because they don't want to work with people like me, which is ridiculous. And there's some other ones as well, just while I'm building up, because I'm getting more clients, but it's not quite enough. So if you do know of people, especially women, who are in a situation like this and they're looking for a counsellor, please do think of me, because I do need some more clients. Uta Hagen's been really good promoting me. Oh yeah, she was live on Irene Brit USA, and I got in touch with her but I haven't heard back. So truth is the daughter of time. That's true. It all comes out in the wash, doesn't it? You can't keep lying forever, but unfortunately there's a lot of damage can be done in between the lie being told and then the truth coming out. So I now have got 5 people online, which is great. I think you're all in the chat though, aren't you? So I've got Ian, Paul, Mel, Annie and Cherry, so that's 5, yeah. Yes, except grooming gangs, yeah, that's just rumbling on, isn't it? It's really bad. Really, really bad. Oh, what else shall we talk about? Like I say, I wasn't even going to come on because I didn't really have anything to say. But I saw that on Irene's channel, the Tish Hyman incident has caused a stir. Yeah, it really has, hasn't it? So yeah, so Uta went on to talk about Tish Hyman and relating to her experience, but also the experience of all the trans widows who have done her survey. And yeah, Uta's very knowledgeable about trans widows. It's really, really interesting. I actually caught another interview that Uta did quite a while ago with Tammy Peterson, Jordan Peterson's wife. So I watched that the other day and that was really good. So if you haven't seen it, it's worth a look. We need more women speaking out like her. Like Tish Hyman, do you mean? Yeah, like you'd think there'd be more cases of but I suppose everyday women who this happens to, like, they're worried that they've done something wrong because they know that they're going to get into trouble for, even though on the one hand they know that it's right, what, like, speaking out's right, but on the other hand they know that they're going to get into trouble. It's like a double bind. Like, no matter what you do, someone's going to suffer, and it's probably going to be you if you speak out about it. So my tea's quite cold now. I like it when it's hot, but because it doesn't have milk in, because it's peppermint tea, it's too hot when I first make it, and then sometimes, like, I try and drink it and it's too hot and it burns my mouth, so I'll leave it, and then sometimes I leave it a little bit too long, and it must be because it's quite cold today, so it's probably cooled down quickly because it's not very warm. In fact, I'm going to put the heater on. I've had the heating on and the heater on because it's been so cold here. We've had snow, in case you haven't seen my Facebook. Yeah, women just take it and find ways to move on. They'll, like, do anything but scream and shout, because it's kind of how we're conditioned, isn't it? We're not conditioned to go, oh, you stop it. It's not happened to me though. Our gym has a sign in the ladies' changing room that says all bodies welcome. Oh my god, have you complained about that? I would complain about that. It's against the law. And even that terminology, like all bodies. Oh, that's actually creepy. So I have as well, so I was in two minds about going to Let Women Speak on at the end of November, because the train was going to take an extra hour to get there from what it normally does. But good. You stick at it. I still would have complained as well. Yeah, so it was going to be an awful long day with like 2 4-hour train journeys. Then I'll have to add on an extra hour because I've got to get Newcastle and get home from Newcastle at either end. And it's all for like a 2-hour event. And of course a bit in the pub as well. But so I was a little bit like, but I was struggling to change my tickets, because I can change my tickets and pay an admin fee, which is 20 quid. I don't know why, because I have to do it myself. It's not like someone else is doing it. So I've managed to change it to the end. I couldn't change it to the end of January because I don't think the trains are out yet. So, and then, so I've changed them to the end of December, but I'm going to have to change them again. So what I might do, I'm not sure, I might go to Let Women Speak at the end of January, or I might just save the tickets for when I go to Mauritius in February, because I'll need to get to London then. So, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that because like it doesn't let you change them too far in advance. It's ridiculous. So by the time I've paid all these admin fees, I could have just like forgotten about the tickets and bought new ones, and it would have been the same. But anyway, and that is a massive insult, Paul. Northern softy. A sophite actually is what you've put. Sophite. What's a sophite? There definitely won't be one on the men's. They just won't. And yes, I think Cherry's saying that she would complain. Because if we don't complain, then they're just going to think that nobody cares and that it's okay. Yeah, so I made sure I wrote on both of those interviews about my experience of Helen Webberley, and I'm getting some interaction of people about that, so that's good. But yeah, so I've blathered on for 48 minutes. Have we got anything else to talk about, or I might just go, because yeah, I've done quite well considering I didn't have anything to say. I just need to get ready for me nail appointment. Be more Karen. Yeah, I've actually got a video entitled that, because it wasn't anything to do with trans. This woman was talking about her son and how he was ill, and she kept getting fobbed off by the medics, and that she actually said that in the interview. I said, have you got any advice for other families who might be going through what you went through? And she said, yeah, be more Karen. So it makes me laugh now when I hear anybody say that. I'm like, yeah, I am going to be that Karen, actually. I used to kind of bristle and think, yeah, I don't want to be that woman. But actually, I think I do. If there was a man in the women's, I would check him out. I have filled in their reviews. I'm sure you would check them out, but I still would complain because they shouldn't be putting signs up, because it's against the law. And actually, if a woman who's not as bolshy as War Annie might see that and go, I don't want to go in there because there might be a man in there and it might put her off. So, you know, us Karens need to stand up so that, like, when I think back to what I used to be like in my 20s, I wouldn't have said boo to a goose. So I think about how I felt back then, and I think I would say something now because I don't care. And I would do it for all the women who feel like I used to. I think we kind of have. I have chucked a man out of the women's gym room. He wasn't pretending. To be a woman. No? Well, what does that even mean? It's inside on the one cubicle. So yeah, so have you all watched Nonika on my podcast? I had to, last week, I had to go home because we had a power cut here. So I eventually went home just in time to do my interview with Nonika. And then I did me live afterwards, and Ian put the washing machine on. And I've been putting, like, because I do it through Riverside, Riverside creates some clips automatically, but I hadn't bothered putting them on YouTube. And then I decided I was going to, and last week was a bit depressing, wasn't it? I went really deep talking about stuff. Nonika was great, yes, and you had a good view of the picture behind me, which is a replica of a painting that's in Le Louvre in France. I think I've got a troll. Definitely bigoted, despite your stupid video. Have a nice day. I'm definitely bigoted. No, I'm not. What does that even mean? I don't even know what a bigot is. It just means that you know what a woman is. Such a character, yes. She is. She turned up at Let Women Speak with a tartan dress on. She's so good, and I've seen her before, and I remembered her because of what she wore. Disposed of. Looked like a stately home. Where I live? Well, yeah, I don't live in a stately home. I do live in a very old house with big rooms and high ceilings, but it's not quite a stately home. It was built in 1858, and it's one of the thanks Paul. It's one of the oldest houses in Whitley Bay. So yeah, we've got, like, Ian picked up this painting like not long after we moved in at Tynemouth Market, and he walked to Tynemouth from our house, and then realised he bought this painting, and then realised he didn't know how he was going to get home, so he rang me and said, can you come and pick me up? And then we only just managed to fit this painting in my car, and because he fit the painting in, I couldn't fit in, so he left me behind while he drove home with the painting, and then he came and picked me up. Yeah, I was annoyed last week because he put the washing machine on, and actually it's really good that he does all the washing, but at the same time, timing. So yeah, I was watching these clips of me live thinking, oh god, you sound so ungrateful. He's put the washing machine on and you're complaining about it. Oh dear me. I saw something online the other day about men. It was International Men's Day, and someone said, oh, tell a man that you appreciate what he does, because men never get any appreciation. Is that true, men? Like Paul, does nobody ever say thank you? I think I do. I'm not sure if I do with Ian. I know that he really does like it when I say nice things to him, but I don't. It's easier to grumble, isn't it, and moan. Right. Well, I'm going to wind this up because I really am running out of things to say and I'm just waffling on. And I really don't care about being called a bigot or a nigget, as here comes Ian. He's probably stopped cooking to come and say this. I don't get much appreciation, to be honest. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I don't always say it, but you always get it. I love Whitley Bay. My daughter was there last weekend. Yes, it's a bit woke, and it's full of men in dresses as well. So not everything about Whitley Bay is great, but do like the sea. We have a sea view if you stand in the bay window and like crick your neck. Depending on the season. But yeah, take care. Oh yes. So as I said I was going to wind up, and then I get like, now I've got 7 people watching. Just as I'm ending. Anyway, I might see you next week. If I do come on, it'll be Thursday because I'm out on the lash next week, like a proper Geordie. But yes, I shall see you soon. Bye for now. Oh, your daughter's woke. Oh dear. She would have liked it then. See you later.